Oh god, that was gross. Hold on, I have the text. It's from Eddie. He probably wants to make sure I didn't die. I'm hiding. Okay. I didn't tell nothing to nobody. I should probably, where's that? Okay. Turn that back on. Hey, how's it going? I've left this thing twice tonight. Make that 3 times. Still doesn't taste good. All in all, I liked the atmosphere, and this surprised me. I was a quiet person, a bookworm and a nerd. I didn't really like having people's attention, and being surrounded by too many strangers made me nervous, especially when I couldn't trust them. But here, people were energetic. People were funny. People were bright. More accurately, people were all over the ding-dang place. It seemed like anything could happen, despite the potential for a mockery. No one treated me like a weirdo. They just said my quirks as they were. I understood why John, how keenly he followed everyone's passions and hard work. I almost wish I could keep doing it. Almost. But that only made it all the harder when John finally showed up, looking like the actual reincarnation of the Grim Reaper, new Jock and Toe.
Hana.
Hana, you look great. I stared at myself in the mirror. Yes. Great. Exactly how I would have put it. Truly, tree is my most natural state.
John.
They actually put her in a fucking tree. They actually put her in a fucking tree. Holy shit. It's fine, Kindred. I'm drunk, so I don't give a flying dicks. Thanks, John. Really. I'm honored to have the chance to play the part of Tree. Even though it was awkward to have swords flying in front of my face and people making out at my feet. How do you think things are going to go? You feeling okay? John cleared his throat and smiled. Of course! Things are gonna go perfectly, all according to plan. I just know it. Bad end. John did not know it. The play opened to a polite smattering of applause. The first bunch of students rolling out on stage, gathering into an actual chorus line before delivering the prologue of the play. 2 households, both alike in dignity, and fair Verona where we lay our scene. I'm gonna fuck that tree. The scene switched, this time to a public area. I shifted out in my tree garb, perching right in the middle of the stage. Muffled laughter came from the audience. My hair was still quite visible, despite me being a tree, before the actors started in on their lines. Fuck me. Laughter quickly faded as an all-out brawl set out on stage. John's knowledge of stage fighting coming out full force. Except it wasn't stage fighting. He actually stabbed someone and sent them to their grave. The audience gasped and cooed as the actors slugged it out. To the audience, it doesn't seem like particularly good acting, but I knew those actors sincerely hated each other. A few times, I caught them actually trying to hurt each other. So far, so good. It wasn't long before Romeo himself came onto the scene, decrying his unrequited love for one unseen Rosaline. I narrowed my eyes. Romeo and Juliet were supposed to be a play about true love or something, but I didn't really see it. But the audience seemed to enjoy it. As long as things kept going like this, everything would be fine. But we weren't even able to teach Jock Juliet's lines. I held my breath as the scene ended and I shoveled off stage. In no time, it was Juliet's first scene. God forbid! Where's this gruel? What Juliet? Jacques twitched out on stage, glancing between the two, and just stood there, in silence. Oh no. Out of nowhere, a voice bellowed across the speakers. How no? John, you fucking shitlord. John? Was John going to read Juliet's lines? Your mother... Madam, I am here. What is your will?
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Ow. Fuck. The audience seemed a bit perplexed, but either way they went along with it. A bird on stage was a novel sight after all. They seemed intrigued to be getting somewhere, to getting something they weren't expecting. Still, John wouldn't be able to pull this off for long. Eventually Romeo would need to speak to Juliet, and when that happened... My lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss. John approached Jock. Juliet was supposed to rebuff Romeo here, at least at first. My heart pounded in my chest as John grew closer and closer. Jock twitched his head from side to side. Please, Jock. Please tell me you learned something. And then Juliet opened her mouth. Fucking what? Woe, my love, I am dying. Lay the sword to my breast, and poison to my lips. Yea, I am dead. Jean paused, unsure of what to do with this development. Whispers echoed through the theater, and I couldn't tell whether they were more from the actors or the audience. Have not saints' lips, and holy palmers too? Dead, dead, I am dead. I am hungry, feed me! I am hungry, feed me. I hid my face with my hands. I couldn't watch. The play went on like that, the actors violently trying to work around Jock's utter insistence of his own demise. By the time early intermission rolled around, the audience was audibly upset. People shifted in their seats, sighing and grunting. Women whispered cutting remarks to their husbands. The outrage, though concealed, was palpable. At this point, there wasn't even a plot. It would have been avant-garde had John and the others known how to play off her mistakes, but none of the actors knew how to improvise on Shakespeare. They plowed through the scenes as if Juliet said all the right things, and as a consequence, nothing made sense. I watched it all play out in front of me, trying as hard as I could not to cringe. Trees, after all, do not cringe. As the cast sat in a dejected huddle around the first intermission, John peeked behind the curtains, trying to gauge how the audience was taking it. People are even asking for their money back. At the rate this is going, people are going to leave before the play's even over. John, I'm so sorry. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? The show must go on. John gazed at me. The other cast members watched us, the room stuffy and silent. So it must.
Hey!
At least he didn't direct the room. It could have been worse. This is at least better than that.
Huh.
Is it? John fixed a smudge in his makeup in the mirror, probably caused by his nervous habit of rubbing his face and hair, then lined up before the curtain. The stage lights dimmed. Is it really? The play continued on. In a way, it was almost inspiring how the actors kept trying to give the best performance, how John bullheadedly continued with his version in stark defiance of reality. The audience grew more and more restless as they saw the quality of the play wasn't improving. The more proactive of them trickled out of the theater. John grew irate. Backstage, a feeling of gloom and despair floated through the air. It was a doomed production. Everyone cared. Everyone was passionate. Everyone was giving it their all, but nothing they did would save the play. Actors quietly opened bottles of water, hardly speaking to each other. It was like seeing kids soberly lining the walls of a candy store. It was just plain wrong. This is fucked. This is real fucked. Wrong thing. I sat with him backstage listening to the play when John came flying around a corner. Where's Jock? He was panting heavily, abject horror on his face. Can you not find him? He's gone. He's nowhere to be found. I think he flew away. John's knees buckled and he collapsed on the floor. It's too late. I can't do anything else. The play's over. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. I put a hand on his forehead, which he was burning hot. He was breathing quickly, eyes staring straight ahead, not even registering what was in front of him. He wasn't in the theater with me. He was lost in his mind. He was having a panic attack. I swallowed hard and pulled him into a sitting position. When I had a panic attacks back home, my dad always helped me calm down. I pulled John's head to my chest, stroking his hair. Hey, you're alright. You're safe. You're backstage in the theater, Asagao. You're wearing your Romeo costume, and I'm dressed as a tree. It's hot back here. The floor's rough underneath you. People here care about you, and they want you to be happy. Your friends love you and want you to have... I love you and want you to be happy. John's breathing started to slow when he clutched my arms. Also, I am dressed as a tree. That is a thing. John let out a light chuckle, mopping sweat off his brow. He sat up, clearly still a bit shaken, but much better than before. He took my hand and smiled. Thank you, Hana. I nodded and pulled him into a hug. I miss old Jacques. Jacques would have been able to do the play. Jacques wouldn't have let me strain myself. Jacques would have cared about my well-being. He would have been able to calm me down, and... John took a deep, shaky breath. Just as the realization struck me so hard, I felt like I had been slapped in the face. John hadn't been able to grieve. Between the play, the tournament, the school, John never had time to actually feel and mourn for his best friend's passing. Instead, he and I instantly found a replacement. A replacement that only cemented how much he lost in the first place. This was partially my... Partially. It was entirely your fault, you idiot. What should I do? Be real with him.
Well...
John, listen. You're a fucking idiot for putting a bird in a play. What's wrong with you? I swallowed. I hated being the bearer of bad news. Jacques is... gone. There's no getting him back. This new bird was a mistake. There's no replacing Jacques, and I think you and I both know it. We were being too stubborn, trying to force something that wasn't meant to be. We. I think we both need to learn how to let things go. John didn't say anything for a while. I stroked the back of his hair, heart pounding, hoping beyond hope I hadn't done any damage and made it worse. John looked up with a smile on his face. Wow, Hana. You really know how to make me feel like fucking shit. Get out of my sight. Snippets of the play floated around the cracks in the curtains. They were getting close to Julia's next scene. Would he just have to stop the play? John pushed himself away from me. I'll be right back. John scurried into the back room and I bit my lip. Did I do the wrong thing? Some of the other actors watched as I crossed through and sat down in a corner of the room. When I looked at them, they looked away. Look. Yo, a full 30 tournament points? Hot damn. I can't even watch. That's some shit. As if the whole situation wasn't bad enough. Finally, John returned, solemnly carrying a pile of bunched fabric in his hands. It looked kind of familiar. He came up to me, then gently set it on my lap. I ran my hand across it, smoothing it out. It was thick and heavy, purple and beige. I straightened it, and folds of a dress spilled to the floor. Juliet? Do you mind taking over?
What?
They gonna fuck so hard. Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. But just enough. I don't think I still have that link. But also, it's a really good video. John, I'm not an actress. I know you know the lines I'm trying to teach them to Jacques this whole past month. I heard you while you were practicing. You were trying to teach him the emotion, not just the words. And the thing is, you were good. Not great, of course, but good. Fuck you, John. You make a fantastic tree, but I think you'd make an even better Juliet. And if I hadn't been so stubborn, I would have seen this sooner. John, I'm not really the acting type. I have really bad stage fright.
Hana.
Hana. You're gonna fucking do it and you're gonna like it. John's awful. Even if you don't think you could do it for yourself, couldn't you do it for me?
John.
John. I can't. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't make myself something I wasn't. We learned that with the new jock, and this was the same. I'm sorry. I understand. I suppose the show will just... John didn't finish his sentence. It was almost time for Juliet to come on stage. He disappeared into the wings while I stared at my twig-covered feet. The other actors and actresses were glaring at me, the stairs falling across me like a thick velvet curtain. I wanted to sink into the ground like a stone plummeting through the water. I wanted to not be here. At that point, being forced on stage would have been less stressful. As the actors and John stepped on stage and addressed the audience. I think I got a bad end. I think I got a bad end. They were ashamed. What a mess. John promised refunds and eventual improv run of the show. Anything he could think of, but it was too late. The damage was done. Damn. This is fucking real. And I looked up as he approached. John, but he walks right past me. That, wasn't it? That was the end for John and me. I changed out of my tree costume and went straight back to the dorm. It's not bothering to stick around for Castos to help clean up.
Hana!
How'd it go? I completely ignored my instead going straight to my bunk. Yo! Alex. Thank you a lot for the $5. And for the That's very considerate of you. I completely ignored my, instead of going straight to my bunk.
Hana.
Hana? I pulled out my phone and plugged in my headphones into it, just sending into the game. The tournament was tomorrow. Maybe there was a chance I could still save things. Maybe? Why does that say maybe up there? What? I awoke the next morning, regrets still heavy on my shoulders. No matter how much I practiced, no matter how I tried to ignore it, I couldn't. John's play bombed and it was partially my fault. There'd be no more drama club, no matter what John or any other student did. I changed quickly into my uniform and crept quietly out the door, trying my best not to wake Mai. At least I could still do my best to win the tournament. And then we're at the tournament part. I felt like I'd found some kind of convention. Blah, 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 blah. A few people miled up in the space, and in the back rooms. Same thing we saw before. Ian was in a chair.
Good morning.
Ian!
Hey.
It's about time you showed up. I was starting to get worried that you died. It's sweet of you to be concerned. Is it? Yeah. I got into the chair next to him. A man came over to me to check my name and club affiliation. Small purchase surprise. Same thing that happened last time. There he was! My anxiety eased. I smiled and made a little wave, and he waved back. The lights around Ian and I dimmed, and the projector started up, showing the main menu of Dumbledoom's Revenge on screen. It was time to start. As the MC began his introduction, I explained the rules. So, I think I won this? At least the game. Because I have 30 tournament points. But I don't think I got the best end for John. At least I don't think I did. Yeah. Yeah, I got a bad end. I'm looking at my guide, and it says if John doesn't finish the play, it's a bad end. I fucked up somewhere. Let's just write it out. I clicked screen with film of more blocks, scanned the length of pink hearts, and Dumbledoom started flipping at the top. I set the blocks, then it happened. A 6 combo. Boom, you're dead! As Ian's blocks fell upon my humble kingdom, I slid the combo into place. 8 combo. Ian's attack converted into blocks and hovered above mine. And then legendary, and then Ian lost. Ian blinked. His hands eyes moved frantically. I sure had him. There's no need. Ian lost. We won. We beat Ian. But we lost the run.
Whoa!
Yeah, Hana.
Yeah.
I knew you could do it. I've never seen a score that high. Not so fast. Ian steps in front of me, grim as always. I braced myself for the infamous sarcasm. But to my surprise, he laughed.
Hana.
It was a hell of a game. I saw this all already. That was fun. Then he disappeared. John was nowhere to be seen. No matter where I looked in the dense room, I couldn't find him. Where'd he go? Nobody came. Isn't his event next? I'm sure that that's where they went off to. I thought when was I wrong? I poked my head into a small room. Inside, a handful of people were gathered around a TV monitor. There he was.
John.
John! As I started in, someone turned around and held a finger to their lips. The event already started. Look at Jami. What a piece of shit. I love this kid. Feeling even worse than before, I took a seat, cheering for John in my heart. I didn't even want to let him know I was there, on the off chance that being aware of my presence and the opposite effect of what I wanted to ruin his chances of winning. Except John apparently never wins. So get fucked, John. So how'd the play go? Jimmy apparently cut up with the fact that he was currently beating John's front into the mud, trying to make some kind of casual small talk. It had the opposite effect. John's eyes flew open and the grip of his controller slackened. Jimmy left him in the dust, and the level ended on a landslide victory for Hidden Block.
Hey.
Hey, as always next year, it was a pleasure. John nodded, extending his hand for a handshake. Congratulations. Jimmy took John's hand, the relief so plain in his face that it was almost painful.
John.
Hey, John. As I came up behind him, John jumped. When he turned to look at me, he was clearly upset. Hana? I won my event, isn't that great?
Oh,
I've gotta go. But it was too late. John was gone and he didn't want to be followed. Remember without saying that I did not end up joining the Normal Boots Club. Sure, I won my event, but what good was that when I caved under pressure and couldn't be relied on in a pinch? Wait. That was what John argued, and when Shane teamed up with him, there was no hope for me. Damn! That was what John argued. Oh, fucking, hold up. Hold up. I went the wrong way. Like 5 times. In any case, I wasn't sure I even wanted to be in Nova's Club after everything that happened. After all, what did I get from being close to them? A torn rabbit, an embarrassing performance, possible blame for the solving of the drama club, bad reputation, and a broken heart. It was stupid, it was pointless, I should have known better than the blah blah blah. I fucking lost. At least I made one friend who I knew would stick by me forever.
You're my best friend.
I had a eye, and that was all that mattered. Bad end! We did it. We fucked up. Fuck me. Okay. Let's try that again! At least now I can just skip and then do all the right choices. Sadly, there is no lesbian end. I wish there was. Let's get John's good ending now. Now that I got the bad end like a fucking dingus. That record scratch! Holy shit. No, sadly, Mai is not a route in this. Maybe in DLC? But I don't know. I think this is where I fucked up. Yeah, this is where I fucked up because I didn't tell him. You're not gonna tell him I told you, are you? He looked at me and smiled as if you were holding a baby kitten. He patted the top of my head lightly. Of course not. I'm not stupid. I know you wouldn't want him to know, but thanks for telling me. I grumbled as I straightened my bow, smiling in spite of myself. I was glad I could rely on PBG, even though I kinda cucked him. I'll try to just pretend I noticed it, even if I even bring it up. The loss of a pet can be really hard, so I know what he's going through. PBG touched a hand to his neck, suddenly staring into space.
Hey!
You okay? Sorry? Oh, and anyways, I'll make sure to take care of him. Thanks for letting me know. No, thank you. I'm glad you're looking out for him. You're a good friend. PBG smiled, then tipped his head back. Yeah, I know. I shoved him, giggling, then went back to my desk. Still, I wasn't comfortable just leaving John alone for the day. As Miss Shizuka entered and started taking a role, I made up my mind. I had to go check on him. And now we can skip again! Support his decision. Oh yeah, this is all new because I didn't choose this one. I fucked up a lot. Well, that's if you want to do, and you want to do it. You should do it. You need time to yourself right now. John looked up at me in anguish. He reached a tentative hand out towards me, and I grabbed it in my own.
Hana.
Thank you, Hana. I'm glad you understand. He looked like he was going to cry again, but for a different reason. I rubbed the back of his hand with my thumb, nodding slowly. John was glad I supported him, which was good, but as I stared at him, a sudden idea flickered into my mind. And now I can skip, because she's going to go, let's get a new jock, and he's going to get mad. I didn't feel comfortable to talk about him, blah, 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 blah. PBG doted on him, making sure he came to lunch and checked over his homework before he turned it in. Occasionally, he and I made eye contact from across the room, and he'd give me a thumbs up. Oh my god, I'm gonna puke. Not really, though. Not yet, anyway. Those are my only indications that John was doing okay. But at least John was around. Even if we weren't talking, that put my mind at ease. Oh, Medi! While you're here, are you guys actually busy during E3? Because I still don't know if I'm gonna go down there or not. Probably not at this point because it's so late in. But you know. Figured I might as well ask. Like all of E3. Like I could go down tomorrow if you guys, because I know Shay was like, we're gonna be super busy because of Nerd Slant, which I still need to write for again. I've just been a lazy dickhead. I can, oh! Across the way, PBG spilled half his packet of peanuts, so Shade looks with him.
Hey. 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 Hey.
That hay's great. Okay. I might not just cause E3, and also because I'm going to Jim and Katie's like next the weekend after next. So hey.
Hey.
I love that so much. PBG spilled half his packet of peanuts. I traded looks with him. No, I didn't want that. Sometimes birds need to migrate for a while. I can skip the rest of this now because that's the only new thing. Oh! You mean a bird's due for the winter? It's spring now. Heck, it's almost summer. Jock species doesn't even do that kind of thing. Besides, John scoffed. Thank you so much for telling me what I already know about my own bird. I was saying that Jock would have wanted a break, okay? Don't go questioning me just because you're an elitist British know-it-all. Fuck. It's not what I was doing. It just didn't make any sense. So you thought I was lying? He stood abruptly. PBG put a hand on his shoulder. Hey dude, calm down. Let's just finish the rest of the meal, eh? I can't believe this. John gathered his tray and stormed out of the room, being a drama queen. Oh, he wouldn't want company after that, would he? I turned back to my plate, but PBG cleared his throat. He jerked his head towards the door. Did he think I should go? Every time I tried to help John with his problems, he completely pushed me away. I didn't want to make him angry again. I don't know if I got this option before. Go after him. Go for him. Turn around, bright eyes. Actually, Shane played this, and he played his route. And he absolutely 100% got the best ending. Which was hilarious. I thought he fucked up, but he didn't. It was great. As I stood and gathered my things, something like relief crossed the others' faces. Just let him do whatever he needs to do. I'm sure you'll help. The others nodded and remembered the support. I smiled. Thanks, guys. Shane grabbed a hold of my arm. Tell John I'm sorry, too. I will, Shane. Don't worry. As I dumped my tray, I found myself chuckling. Shane and John were more similar than I thought. They always find a way to say just the wrong thing at exactly the wrong time. Idiots. I found John sitting on a bench outside the cafeteria. This is all completely new. Goddamn. He didn't look up as I sat down, and I didn't say anything. Instead, I kept him company, listening to the wind gently rustle through the branches. I'm sorry about what I said, Hana. Don't worry about it. It's all water under the bridge. Fuck. I shouldn't have... I know you were in a rough place. I should have thought more before I suggested it to you. John nodded slowly. Shane says he's sorry. Aw, he doesn't have to be sorry. I'm the one who overreacted. He just says what's on his mind, doesn't he? Yeah, that's what I like about him. There wasn't much either of us could say. I wanted to broach the subject of the pet store again, but I wasn't about to destroy the relative peace of this moment. For the first time, John wasn't mired in grief or denial. For the first time, he just seemed kind of quiet. I'm sorry I've been so difficult. I shook my head. The circumstances are trying. Honestly, you managed to hold yourself together well. Except for the time you punched me in the face, John. What the fuck? You think you like beating women? What are you, a fucking wife beater? You mean you wear one, dick? Thank you for telling PBG. I didn't. You chuckled softly, and I knew there was no point in denying it. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure someone was looking out for you. You did, and you were looking out for me too. Thank you. See, I didn't tell him because I figured it was the same as Shane's, right? If you tell someone, then Shane would be pissed. But looks like I was wrong, because fuck this game. I'm heading back to my dorm. Tell Miss Shizuka I wasn't feeling well as I thought I was. You already missed a full day, he shrugged. It's only school. I'll manage. Good attitude. With a half-hearted wave, he disappeared down the lane to Bluebell House. I frowned as I watched him go. At least, he seemed to be getting better? No, that was hard to say for sure. Sometimes I thought he was doing better, but then sometimes there were regressions. Sometimes he'd still look at that body pillow of Jacques he bought at a convention, and he'd stroke it, and he'd go, my precious. Like, who the fuck does that, you know? Crazy people. But I guess that was just how situations like this went. At least he was self-aware. I'm gonna look at my phone really quick. There's nothing. Shit! My phone fell. Self-awareness went a long way when it came to things like this. When I got to the dorm that evening, exhausted at the tension of the day, and yeah, I can skip now. Hey, Jay. What's up, Jay? Oh, we're back to this Barbara Malkovich. We're back to the Malkovich. Kindred, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. I need to practice. The bird went everywhere. Mr. Rabbit died. Mr. Buns. I'm gonna rub my face against this because I need to scratch my face. Skip this, because we did that. I'm dying inside also. Talking to him would make him more stressed. I can't believe I fucked up at the beginning. That's super stupid. Everything we just did, we're gonna skip past because I don't care. We already did it. We're gonna go to the new stuff. Oh.
What?
Is John okay? All that shit. He gave me a look as I'm assuming that's what I sighed. I know John's been struggling since Jock left, but now there's a new Jock? It's blatantly obvious it's not the real Jock, but John keeps trying to convince me that it is, even though he knows I know otherwise. I didn't want to say anything about it since John was so adamant, but it's really weirding me out. His grades are falling, he's hardly sleeping anymore. And on top of that, he's not showing up to... We can skip now, because there's nothing new. We're at the play. We're back at the play. Be real with him.
Well,
My hands shook as I held the dress up, trying to imagine it on myself. Here we go, it's the good end. Hana's gonna be the Juliet. There's no way this is going to go well. There was no way. But then, it wasn't as if the play could get any worse. I wanted to take some of the strain off of John. Still got 30. We're good. Even if this meant that the play completely bombed, at least we could face the devastation together. For once, John was truly relying on me. If it's for you, I think I can try. John immediately pulled me into a bear hug, crushing my arms against my ribs. Then just as quickly pulled away. Pull out, John, pull out. We'll get changed, hurry, I'll stall for as long as I can, but go! John pushed me toward the dressing room, then rushed into the wings. I sprinted into the back room. The customer stood back there, sheer glee on her face.
I always hoped this costume would see the light of day.
She stripped me down, practically demolishing my tree costume in a rush. I can fix it later. And pulled Juliet's dress over my head. Hana, you've completely transformed. She placed Juliet's hat on my head, and as she did, I peered into the mirror. Damn, son. Damn. The costumer smacked me on the back, jolting me back to my senses. I had to hurry. I ran out of the wing, trying to appear on stage. John was wandering in the front, bemoaning the loss of his fair Juliet, so I remembered the ice was under their breath. Where was I supposed to enter from? Oh, whoa. Only my fair maiden would grace me with her fairest presences. Shit! I needed to get out there. Nothing for it. What a good shot. Look at this fucking idiot face. That's great. I love it. I emerged as gracefully as I could, head bowed under the harsh lights. John turned shocked, but immediately covered his expression. My most fairest maidens, Hawk! Oh, fair, how haveth thee found thine self upon this balcony of mine desire? I flushed. Now I was supposed to improv? In Shakespearean? My heart of hearts, my love of loves, aught but mine hoard folk but trappeth me here. That worked, right? We're exactly in the plot, were we? My love, I rushed over here as soon as I had received thine hasty message. Thine sweet Romeo, star of thine heavens, and you, the refreshed hope of mine heart. I shall rescue you, and we shall then flee and frolic as none have ever. John lifted his arms to me and I stared at him. He didn't mean for me to jump, right? Surely he was joking. But John made a face at me and flicked his fingers toward him. I swallowed. For thee, my love. For thee I overcome. With a deep breath, I climbed onto the edge of the balcony. Then eyes closed. I jumped. She's dead. She's super dead. I collapsed right on top of him and John fell to the floor. Hearing John grunt, I rolled off and away from him, headed up the fake bush and knocking it down. I wheezed, desperately trying to catch my breath as John crawled over to me. Hannah, are you okay?
Oh,
Hannah. The play. Oh, how oft when men are at the point of death, have they been merry, which they keep us call a lightning before death? Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Fuck Shakespeare. He was a piece of shit anyway. He didn't know what he was making. You know what I mean? Also, hey Destroyer, I see you there being a cool kid. I like you. And lips, oh you, the rose of breath sealed with a righteous kiss. I'd hate this bargain to an engrossing death. John turned towards me, eyes lit with determination. Oh no, I forgot all about this part. It's that boy! Calling out lurkers. I normally don't, but A, I'm wasted, and B, you're cool, and that's why. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fucking spam... I'm gonna spam that just cause. That's my bad. He placed his arms on either side of me, his face coming closer and closer. Kiwi was fucked up? Yo, was Kiwi fucking drunk? Was Kiwi super fucked? Cause goddamn, the Kiwi's fucking nuts. Fucking thousands of fucking dollars all at once. Kiwi's goddamn insane. My heart beat rapidly as I tried my hardest not to scrunch up my face. Kiwi's blessed. So Kiwi's basically me, I got it. That's fucking fantastic. My first kiss. Destroyer, were you there when I donated 150 to Patty while I was wasted? And I kept saying in his chat that I would fuck man. Because it was great. I'm plastered now. I think I said that already, but goddamn. John cupped his hands over my chin and placed his thumb over my mouth. He kissed the tips of his thumb ever so tenderly, then pulled away, all the sorrow of a grieving man in his eyes. Thus, with a kiss, I die. It was when Patty was playing Mario Kart 8. Fucking Mario Party 8. He never played that. He was doing that, and I was like, it's hip to fuck men. John collapsed next to me, hand in mine. The actors playing our families rushed out on stage. John and I giggled quietly. That went well. Better than expected. You were right, Hama. Hama? Hana? A human Juliet was a million times better. Not least of all because I think I finally understood how Romeo felt about her. John. I mean, you almost killed me! Goddamn. Just kidding. John Grant nudging me in the ribs. Shh. In the end, the play was a success. Comparatively. People praised the action-packed twist at the end, seeing the entire play as a strange avant-garde performance. Juliet was a bird because she was treated as subhuman until she was finally able to exercise her free will or something. Under this artsy pretense, we were given the benefit of the doubt and allowed to continue with the play. People complimented me on a job well done, and my performance. People did say my death was pretty convincing, though. As we hung up our costumes, John and I joked to ourselves about the new jock's mysterious disappearance. I think he flew to the Bahamas, or maybe he returned to that creepy shopkeeper. I'm just glad he's out of our lives now. He was nothing but trouble. Are you sure he's not hurt, though? Are you kidding me? That bird's even more stubborn than I am. He's got a survival instinct surpassing the fiercest lion of the savannah. He'll be fine. Honestly, it was better that he was gone. He would be happier that way. John said that I would play Juliet from now on, and that he could practice whenever he liked, and all that. I was happier that it had been a long, long time. Maybe there's something to this acting thing after all. I awoke the next morning feeling like an entirely new person. I got my new uniform, blah blah blah. It is I, Hana, an actress. I giggled quietly to myself. Mai groaned from her bunk. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep, asshole. Sorry. I changed into my uniform and dashed out the door. Today was the day of the tournament. Maybe I could turn one win into two. And now I can skip this, because we did this. I beat Ian. Beautiful, John. Yo, Destroyer! Thanks for following. If I end up getting pretty good at getting followers, then I'm not gonna have a follower sound because it's gonna fucking drive me crazy hearing that every time. But for now, being literally nobody, it's pretty fine. A bouquet of roses was thrust into my vision. I took it and looked up. I thought you deserved flowers after your wondrous debut. God damn, John. What the fuck? Since you didn't get any last night at all, the lead actress deserves to be given flowers. I gazed at the deep red roses. Happiness flooded to me. This time they truly meant something.
John.
Thank you. I have to get going for my event. Wish me luck. I don't need to. I'm coming with you. Okay, then let's get going. I followed John to an event room at the arcade. It was a small space, a battle of retro games. Hey John, ready to fight? Twitch alerts are really fun to set up. I wasn't expecting Patty to do it, so I'm gonna, just because you're here, I'm gonna show you my subscriber thing, even though I don't have subs. But if it ends up happening, this is what I changed it to. Yay! And then Patty fucking changed his to that, and I was like, oh, fuck. But it's fine because I don't have subs, so it's okay. Eventually he'll change it to not that, and it'll be perfectly fine. Ready to fight? I had to double up events on this year. And I don't have a history in retro games. I'll put up as much as a fighter that I can. We'll see how it goes.
What's up?
Are you okay, John? You don't look too good. For the first time that day, I truly looked at John and realized Jimmy was right. John was pale and there was deep bags under his eyes. His hands were trembling ever so slightly. I've had a rough few weeks, but after this, everything will be much easier to deal with. Oh. Fuck you, Jimmy. I wasn't able to practice much. Maybe you still have a chance. Not that I'm gonna go easy on you. I wouldn't want you to.
John.
John, are you sure you'll be alright? John heaved a heavy sigh. It's just that I'm one of the founders in Orbus, and here I was so caught up in my own blah 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 blah. John, wait. I barely deserve to call myself a member, let alone a founder. You can't be serious. You dealt with the death, losing your lead for the play, then a terrible performance of the play, and got yourself a new girlfriend. And you think you should have found a way to put even more pressure on yourself? New girlfriend? Are the participants ready? Of course, right at that moment, the pig-faced MC... What a bitch! The pig-faced MC? What the fuck did he ever do to her? Holy shit, that's fucked up. Asshole. We're running a bit behind, so let's hurry it up. John made a face at me, then put his place beside Jimmy and picked up a controller. Right, the person with the highest score at the end of the level wins. On your marks, get set, play. John pressed start and away the game went. Of course, we became prepared very quickly. John wasn't wrong in his assessment of himself. There was no way he was going to win. He needed to practice more. John played his very best right up to the end, but it wasn't even close. Jimmy finished several thousand points ahead, and John set down the controller with a grimace. Get fucked, John.
Hey.
Hey, it's always next year. It was a pleasure. John nodded, extending his hand for a handshake. Congratulations. Jimmy took John's hand. The relief was so plain on his face that it was almost painful.
Hey!
Hey. You still did really well despite the circumstances. I'm sure I did. At least you won your event. Even with that, we still have a chance. It was like that. John was his regular cheery self. Want to go look around? Are you sure? You're alright? He shrugged. It's over. What am I gonna do, Warren? Let's go play.
Yeah!
Alright. And now they're gonna fuck in the arcade. Right on the wave race machine. Like, people want to play that. You don't have to fuck right there. You can go to the Pong area that no one's in. Like, the fuck. The winner of this year's tournament is the Normal Boots Club! John and I screamed and punched the air, given that our hands were intertwined. It looked like we combined forces to check out some kind of monster anime style. Fuck anime. Straight up, just fuck it. Get it out of my sight. John grabbed the microphone from the MC who looked as though he'd been mugged. This year's victory goes right to the rest of my club members. I really dropped the ball, and if it wasn't for them, there's no way we would have won. That emotion of the group of us on stage, pausing to allow for the audience applause. Finally, I have two announcements. First of all, join us in welcoming Hana Mizuno, the newest member of the Normal Boots Club, and my girlfriend. A swarm of gasps flew from the men around me. John motioned me to the front of the stage, where I stood next to him, blushing furiously.
See?
We couldn't have won without her, ain't she cute? Nicole's gonna be pissed. John? I shoved him in the crowd and laughed. Then something soft encircled me. PBG had wrapped an old blue jacket around my shoulders. Yeah. She's the real hero this day. I have one more announcement. Mood sobered. I would also like to dedicate this victory to our fallen comrade in arms, Jock. Sadly, he's no longer with us. I haven't been able to find a way to repair him, and until that day comes, our robot bird friend will be missed. I wrapped an arm around John's shoulders. He lowered the microphone from his face. There was a moment of silence. And then John passed the microphone back to the MC. After John's announcement, there wasn't much of the tournament. The crowd left soberly. I wish I was sober. Fuck. And the excitement of our victory vanished. At least it didn't until Stash met us outside of the arcade.
What?
Jacques has been broken this whole time? Why didn't you tell me? Let me have a look at him. I'll see what I can do. Satch took Jock under his wing. Ah, it's a bird. It's funny. Get it? He's a bird. It's hilarious, dude. That is the funniest thing I heard all day. Fuck this game. Hold up. How long have I been up? Let's see. That's a lot of hours. Goddamn. I thought it was 4 hours at this point, but I forgot I started late. Satch took Jock under his wing. Only the person in the enemy who understand robots. My girl! My girl! I don't understand. Why her of all people? Is she part of the electronic club or something? Don't worry about it. Bitch is a robot, John! Goddamn! John paced the floor like an expectant father, glancing up every so often at how the operations were proceeding. Don't worry, Jock can't get any worse than he already is. I know that. John stopped pacing, instead coming to a rest at his head of my shoulder. I know he can't get any worse, but what if he gets better? Part of me wants him to come back, and part of me... John? What if he doesn't have his memories anymore? What if he's got a completely different personality? What if he doesn't like me? How in the world am I going to deal with that?
John.
John, I really don't think you need to worry about that. Get fucked, John. A small thump came from inside the room and John jumped. Everything okay? Nothing to report. We've got it handled. John resumed pacing the floor. No matter what I did, nothing would calm him down. He was beyond help. Finally, the operations were done. Sash and Kakuzu approached us nervously. Well, how'd it go? The operation was a complete success for a robot fucking bird. Look at this bird! John? I've missed you, John. Jacques! The rest of us left after that. John was tearing up, but we thought it best to give him some privacy. In fact, I didn't see him for several days. But eventually... This is the cutest. Goddamn. That was indeed a bird Letterman jacket. It's the greatest. I want one for a bird that I have, that I don't have. Life is awful without birds. He can even fly now, can you believe that? Sash said Kakasu did some kind of optimization on him. Let me make sure my camera's good, okay. So wires don't run through his wings anymore. He's happy as a clam. Jacques swooped down between us for a split second, just long enough to add, I resent that. I really think he could be a star someday, Hana. I'm sure he can, John. I'm sure he can. We'll see what I say about that. That's true. Hajiful boyfriend doesn't have bird clothes. But it should, because birds deserve the right to be clothed. 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 Fuck me. John and I were officially dating. Jacques, our ever-present third wheel. That was how I would have liked it to be. To be honest, it was more like I was the third wheel. John and Jacques' bond stronger than steel and wire surpassed even the love John and I had for each other. But I didn't mind. All I cared about was seeing John happy, and if Jacques was a part of that, maybe I could learn to love Jacques too. Please don't. I don't want to live with that again. I have a bright future ahead of me, I believe this.
Yeah!
You do! You do! Together we'll be the best actor-manager pair the world's ever seen. You will see your name in lights if it's the last thing I ever do. Believe it. That's by up. And of course, Hana will be by our side the whole way through. Right, Hana?
Yeah.
I want a divorce, John. Fuck you. Man, this is great. I've got two talented actors with me, not to mention a girlfriend I absolutely know I can count on. We got a bright future ahead of us, I just know it. Not if I can help it. Fuck. These two. It looked like I'd be stuck with them for a long time to come. And to be honest, that sounded wonderful to me. Best end. We did it! Yeah! I can't skip this. I can't. There's a lot of shit I don't have. And then they all get fucked. That's the fucking worst! Don't show me that! Okay, good. There's a lot of stuff. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in this. Man, I don't want to deal with this. Alright, well. We did it, guys. We did John. And it only took us... yeah, a while. So, I really wish that this could be, like, fucking sped up. If I hit escape, will that? No, that just does that. I wish I could skip this just a little bit. The music is fucking pimping though. Can't lie. It's pretty good. Pretty good music.